the Star Spangled Banner. Today's the day. And it has been an intense competition between the Democrats and the Republicans. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Who will be the American president? Who will the American electorate make their next president? Joining us this morning is attorney at law, Marlon Hill, who's been on the trail for months. Morning, Marlon.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Great to see you, Brownstone. Stand up.
Hey, Harris, stand up.
Boy.
Yes, yes. What a time in American history. I don't know if I've ever seen Americans, in my time, it might have been sometime else, be so, I don't know, driven by issues and personality. And it's pretty intense, isn't it?
It's not just intense, it's inspiring. You know,
Yeah.
that just shows that the democracy is healthy in terms of the engagement, irrespective of, sometimes it's noisy, sometimes it's messy, but this is what a democracy is all about. We're expecting a very spirited, high turnout day. Well over 60% of the voters across America have already voted, and we expect folks from the polls just opened at 7 a.m. and they will close at 7 p.m. tonight. So I'm excited about this moment.
Let's talk about it. You mentioned democracy. Some folks say that's what's on the ballot, eh? Because it would seem like, if you listen to some of the pundits, it's democracy at risk in this election. Marlon, when I look and I watch what's happening, as Harris said, I hear you talking about an inspiring time. Kamala Harris, what she's been able to do with 107 days leading into the elections is incredible. But polls, I don't know how you feel about polls. A lot of the polls have this thing in that dead heat. What is happening?
I'm not surprised by that, Sim. I think that with over 107 days, think about that. She has really transformed the political landscape. Former President Donald Trump has been on the ballot since 2016. I think America knows him well, and she is still getting to know many Americans, right? And that's the reason why it's so close, because you have these two dynamic polarizing personalities that Americans have to make a choice on. And it's really a reflection of us. This election is really a reflection of us being transported through these two disparate, different personalities. And that is what is really at stake on the ballots. And that's what democracy is all about. It could be a few hundred votes. It could be a few thousand. But at the end of the day, that's what we are all here waiting to see after 7 p.m. into the night later on tonight.
Yeah, Simone said it. I mean, there are so many issues. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues. He was talking about women's issues that have come to the fore. I was talking to somebody else. They were talking about immigration issues. Somebody else, I was saying, listen, if somebody even thought they were going to vote for a party, when you say Puerto Rico is floating garbage, then Puerto Ricans say, oh, wait a minute, no, Haitians eat. It's been... Can I say, such an exciting mess, Marlon, that I wonder to myself, what is really going to be at the heart of the voter when they go to the poll? What's going to be at the heart of the decision? What do you think is ringing true the most with voters?
Westmoreland is different from Portland, and Michigan is different from Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is different from Georgia, right? And it's really... that start, and voters have different things that they connect to in this election. But there's one particular demographic that I have to not only recognize but salute. The women in this electorate are really the driving force of this election, right? Politics is all about moments. And whether it's Black women, white women, South Asian women, Puerto Rican women, as far as I'm concerned, right now I'm on my poll watching shift right now, and over the last couple of weeks as an attorney. And I must tell you, the women I've never seen it. I've spoken to you ladies now 16 years ago when Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But I've never seen women be so forceful with regards to what they feel. Is it reproductive justice? Is it the personality of the candidates that are on the ballot? Could be, but it is very specific to a specific woman, just like a cancer. Every cancer is different, right? In how you treat it. This is the same way. Women have very specific things that they care about on this.
And they say an indicator for Barack was how many women came out in the last election, and they were leading into the actual day for early voting. There were percentage points ahead. Women are like 10 percentage points ahead now of the men. Does that tell you that the outcome for this is going to be a Kamala Harris win?
As far as I'm concerned personally, I do see that this is going to be a 2%, 3%, 4% election in regards to the difference. You saw evidence of it in this really shocking poll that came out of Iowa.
Yeah, the census poll.
Right. So it's not only older women above 60, it's also younger women who are just coming into the electorate. You remember now, if you were 10 years old 8 years ago or 14 years old 4 years ago, you are now just coming into this electoral ecosystem and understanding where you stand. So it's really a gender difference election. I've never seen it so starkly different. And that is because of the two candidates that are on the ballot. If it were former President Trump and President Biden, I think we would be talking about a different type of mood and environment, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Seeing that he also went up against Hillary Clinton. But as you said, it's a different kind of candidate, I think, because Kamala Harris is also linked to the legal aspect of the American system. She just comes with everything together. What I want to know is the last time you had an election, sir, we stuck around for a bit before an official declaration was made. So people want to know, are we going to hear it tonight or is it going to be the weekend? How long do you think it's going to take for us to say, this is our new president?
I would say that you need to draw up your chocolate tea. It's going to take a while.
Yeah. More like coffee tea to stay awake.
Tonight is not going to be, you'll get a sense of the trend tonight. And it's important to note that you have vote by mail. There's some U.S. citizens that are in Jamaica that voted by mail. You have early voting, which starts 2 weeks before today. After 7 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time, similar to Jamaica time right now, we're on the same time right now. You're going to start to see trends coming out of New York and North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. That's going to give you an indication as to where those states are going. You remember now, states like Michigan, Louisiana, Kansas, those are the Central Standard Time. And then you have the Western states. So you won't start to see a real sense until about 8:30 or 9:30 or maybe 10 o'clock.
Okay, but my friend,
draw up the chocolate tea because it's going to be a long night. Because you remember now, it still has to do with the electoral votes.
Yes.
That gets to 270 first.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you want to play along with us, you can go to the website 270towin.com and you can pick the states that you think Kamala may win or the states that the former president may win as well. And you will be able to get a sense.
All right, we got to go, Marlon. Thank you so much for speaking with us. We'll keep an eye on things.
For sure. For sure. Thank you very much, Marlon.
Thanks for having me.
Marlon Hill.
Go out and vote.
Yes, with this insight. We can't vote, but yes, we hear you. Coming up next, we're getting a comprehensive report about the impact of Tropical Storm Raphael, particularly about our roads, where you should be driving, where you ought not to be driving. We have that when we come back.